Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you 5 movement tips to help you improve at sniping in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This video is supposed to be the part 2 to the previous tutorial that I did. If you guys haven't watched that, be sure to check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. And the tips in this video are more for the players who are above average, and I do know that I said that I was going to post the part 2 of the movement tips tutorial.
Flashback.
And also stay tuned for part 2 of this video. I'm going to be dropping it pretty soon. My apologies. I've been slacking on the tutorial videos lately, but other than that, hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so for the first tip of the video, I want to teach you guys that in this game, you run faster based on what weapon you are holding in your hand. So if I were to have my sniper in my hand, I would run significantly slower than if I were to be running with a knife. There are only 2 knives that I would recommend you guys to use for movement speed, and those are the E tool and the Sai. So these 2 knives are the fastest in the game at the moment, and I would show you guys a side-by-side comparison to compare the speed of these 2 knives. One thing I would say is if for some reason you want to be, you want to jump further, Sai allows you to jump further than E tool does. And here's an example of that. If I were to want to jump from this rock onto that rock, I would not be able to do that with an E tool. So as you guys can see, I land short. But if I were to do the same with Sai, as you guys can see, it's just a piece of cake. And another example is if I were to jump with an E tool, I would not be able to make a jump from where I'm standing onto that rock. And here we go. Yep, again, I land short. But if I were to do it with Sai, it's just a piece of cake. I don't know. I personally don't have a use for this jumping trick, but if you guys want to do custom games where one person tries to run around and others try to catch them, I guess then it's going to be useful to be jumping around from a rock to a rock, from here to there. So yeah, basically the only time that I would use Sai over an E tool is if I want to jump further. As you guys can see, allows you to jump further. So that is going to be it with the first tip. Let's move on to the second tip. So the second tip is about, let's say I'm coming from here. This is just an example situation. So if I were to run up here, and if I want to check for an enemy in the kitchen, I usually see people, like beginner snipers, run up here, and then once they see the enemy, they ADS. But I would not recommend you guys to be doing that. And instead, what I usually do is, I don't know that there's an enemy, so I want to check, right? So what I tend to do in this case is I run up to the wall, flick my mouse to the left, and then I slide simultaneously, flick slide. And as I'm sliding, I flick to the right towards where my enemy might be, and I cancel my slide with my right click, so with my ADS, and this is what it's going to look like. I approach the corner, left, right, slide, cancel, ADS, boom, and they're dead. So yeah, simple enough. Make sure to practice it. It's not that hard to perfect. This is another one of those important tips for you to peek into an angle that an enemy might be holding. Let's move on to the next tip now. Alrighty, on to the third tip. So this tip right here is a staple in the Cold War community because everybody and their mother knows about this trick. If you don't know about this trick, you must be living under a rock. Yep, you must be living under a rock. But regardless, don't you worry about it. I got you. So this tip is basically sprint canceling. Instead of having to run in a straight line just by holding W, what you do in this case is you periodically let go of W, like this. I'm holding W, letting go, holding, letting go, holding, letting go. You keep repeating this cycle, and this is a thing because in Cold War, the first few milliseconds of your movement are the fastest, and from then on you slow down gradually. So that's why you start running and periodically cancel so that you start dashing back to back. And this is what it's going to look like. Cancel, 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 cancel. Simple as that. And to utilize this trick, there are two methods that you can use. First of all, I would highly encourage you to turn on auto sprint. If you're not using auto sprint, I honestly don't know what you're doing. First of all, have that on, and the first method to do this tip is, I know Blink does it this way, where he holds W, and when it comes to resetting, he just lets go of W and then presses it again. Let's go, presses, let's go, presses, let's go, presses. I don't do it that way. I mean, I understand that's a little simpler, but the way I do it is I never let go of W first of all, and the way I cancel is I quickly tap on S. So I'm sprinting, I tap on S, let go, tap on S, let go, tap on S, let go. And this is how it's going to look when I do it quickly. So tap, 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 tap on S, tap, tap. Yep, simple as that. Wanted to mention this to you guys so that you know that there are two different methods that you can use, and I personally feel comfortable with my method of, you know, just holding my middle finger stationary over the W to keep my fingers at a constant position, so that switching between my weapon and all the other keys on the keyboard are like a more consistent distance away, and it's like easier for me to, you know, tap the right key without mistapping. I hope that makes sense. But on the controller, I think there's only one method. Yeah, there's only one method you can use, and for that I still recommend you to have auto run enabled. And this is how you do it on the controller. This is your joystick to move forward, right? You hold it forward, let go, and back and forth. Hold it forward, let go, forward, let go, forward, let go, forward. You just keep doing this sequence, and that's basically the same thing as what you do on a keyboard. And recently I came across this dude. In my opinion, he was doing it a bit too frequently. Like, he was canceling it way too frequently. What I tend to do is I run, cancel, run a little, cancel, run a little, cancel. But the way he was doing it, he was canceling way too rapidly. And to me, it seemed like he was slowing himself down. So this right here is the way that he was doing it. I don't know, to me, my method feels faster because I overtake a lot of the players in my lobby. I would show you guys a side-by-side comparison between my method and that guy's method to see, like, to even see for myself which method is actually faster. Maybe it was just the placebo effect. I would learn something new with you guys as well. And I would show a side-by-side comparison between my method and that guy's method right about now. Now you guys know which method of sprint canceling is faster. So yeah, this would be it for this tip. Pretty important. It's like one of the crucial aspects of movement in this game, because it essentially allows you to run around the map quickly. And for me as a sniper, it's really important. Let's say this is what I typically run. I run this way. It's important for me to arrive at this van before my enemy comes out of the driveway all the way over there, so that I would have the first peek and a higher chance of killing them. So really important. Make sure you practice this. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this tip. Let's move on to tip number 4. Here we are. Tip number 4. Let me tell you this. This is where things get a little spicy, because this is one of my most used tricks. I use this in pretty much every instance where it doesn't matter if I do or do not know where my enemy is. So for the sake of the demonstration, let's say there's an enemy inside of laundry, right? But I don't know that they're there. So what I usually do is this little maneuver. I basically zigzag left to right like this. This is very important in an instance, as we said before. So let's say they're here. If I were to run up to them straight like this to see where they are, that would be a really easy target for them to hit. So if I were to run straight at my enemy, I would be running up straight towards them like this. And all they gotta do is just hit a shot as soon as they see me, because I'm just moving in a straight line, and therefore I'm an easier target. But if I were to approach this angle like this, where I reveal myself, hide, reveal, hide, and this is what it looks like. Reveal, hide, reveal, hide, reveal, hide. But if I were to appear, disappear, like move in a zigzag like this, it would be much harder for them to hit that shot. And first of all, this allows me to, safely check angles, basically. And second of all, if they miss their shot, which they most likely will if you do it the right way, it allows me to repeat the same angle and take a shot of my own. And hopefully if I don't miss, that's going to be an easy kill for me. Now, about how to do this trick, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of a mess, because it's I basically mash through WASD. So what I do is hold W to gain momentum, and once I gain enough momentum, and then A right after, so WA, as I press A, I move my mouse to the left. So this is what it's going to look like. WA, move the mouse to the left. My next step is to utilize the trick from before, the sprint canceling. And I do that so that after taking that left turn, on the zigzag to the right, I'll basically dash out. This is what it's going to look like. WA, look left, and S to cancel or let go of W to cancel. At this point, we are holding W and S. Let go of S, D right, and then as you're holding W, WA, and move to the left. I don't know, it's kind of complicated to explain, but this is the way I do it. If my method is too complicated for you, you can just hold W and move your mouse or your controller joystick left to right. So that's basically like this. Just flick left, right. Simple as that. So yeah, I use this method a lot, like just move left to right like this to make your enemy dodge their first shot and, potentially reveal their position to you. Wait, hold up. This is a little different. Oh. Double sprint cancel. Okay, this is a new trick. I'm learning new tricks as I'm teaching you guys tricks, bruh. See? Even I'm learning myself together with you guys. And that's beautiful. And yeah, that is it for tip number 4. Alrighty guys, last but not least, tip number 5. I've been excited to teach you guys about this tip because I utilize this so much and it makes me so hard to hit. And I usually use this tip when I encounter someone. Unless I encounter someone, I do not implement this. So basically, this tip allows me to juke my opponents twice. So let's say I'm coming this way and I see an enemy over there, right? Let's say there's an enemy holding my angle over here. So what I typically do is I always anticipate an enemy being around the corner. So what I typically do is as soon as I see my enemy, I change my direction opposite to which I'm heading. Meaning, if I run out this corner this way, I change my direction the opposite way. But if I were to run out the corner, let's say there's an enemy over there, right? If I run out the corner this way, I change my direction this way. And this is where the tip comes in. Let's say there's still an enemy right there. I come out, change my direction the opposite direction. So I look away the opposite direction, slide, and I cancel my slide with my right mouse button, which I also use to scope in. And right after I do that, I change my direction again. For the second time, slide and ADS to cancel my slide. And this is how it's gonna look. Let's say I'm running out. Boom, and they're dead. Simple as that. From my enemy's perspective, it's gonna look like I'm running this way and then I teleport this way and back this way. It's gonna happen so fast, which is why they're gonna struggle to land their shots. So yeah, this trick is one of my most favorite and most used tricks. I use this trick pretty much every time I encounter someone. This is how important it is. And yeah, these were 5 movement tips to help you improve at sniping in this game. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, and only if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. If you'd like to see more in-depth tutorials like this, be sure to subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments which of these tips was your favorite, aka which one helped you out the most, as well as which of these tips you already knew. I would love to know that. Me personally, I'm glad that I confirmed that my method of sprint canceling is indeed faster than that guy's. And recently I've been thinking of this video idea where you guys send me your clips and I watch them, I react to them, tell you what you can improve on, mainly movement wise, because I can't help you hit your shots. You know what I mean? I want those clips to be ideally in search and destroy, because that's where you can play more strategic. Like if you fail to clutch, I would love to see and give you feedback on what you can do better next time. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this video idea so that I would know if I should make these types of videos that you guys would genuinely enjoy to watch. And also stay tuned for the part 3 of this video. The tips in that video are going to be a little more advanced and I'm going to be dropping some pretty major tips in that one. So yeah, with all that being said, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.